everyone, I am Piyush and welcome to today's discussion session. Our topic is something that all learners relates with it's because we are facing it in everyday life. That is, learning a new language doesn't overnight. Introducing you also to the topic that is need patience to learn language, especially English. Today we are joined by our tutor Vikram. So hello Vikram, how are you?
I'm doing great and everything is going well. I hope you're also doing well in your life.
Yeah, I am also doing great. So we live in a world of instant results, right? In today's world, that is fast food, one check deliveries, and quick answers. But learning language is different in other aspects. It's a slow, rewarding journey that requires time, effort, and patience, right? In this session, we will discuss about that why patience is important and how to keep going. Like when the progress doesn't feel so fast, and how to enjoy the process without being feeling pressurized. In my opinion, patience is what separates successful language learners from who eventually give up. Sometimes you might feel like you are not improving. You forget your words, even the grammar rules, or even hesitate to speak a while. And that's ordinary. Like I would say, that's okay. The important thing is to not give up in the journey, right? Imagine yourself that you are planting a tree and like you water it on the daily basis, but it doesn't grow overnight, right? So language is the same. With the time and practice you will see the growth. Like you will not see an overnight growth, you will notice progress slowly but rewardingly and surely. Like without patience, learners feels always frustrated and start comparing themselves with the others. That's when the motivation drops down. So when things feel tough, remember why have you started and what's the purpose behind it, and be genuine and kind to yourself. Over to you, Vikram.
Okay, absolutely. That's really a great point that you have included here. And I also personally believe that if you are a language learner and you're just running behind perfection, which doesn't make any sense because perfection doesn't exist. At the same time, you have included a great point along with consolidating an example that learning a language, it's not about learning English, any kind of language, whether you're learning Spanish, German, French, or Chinese, any language that you're learning. So the language learning process, I personally believe that it's a slow and steady process. And if you think that I'm gonna make a big transformation within 1 month, 2 months, which is not possible. And one example that I really like that you have included about tree. If you are planting a tree and if you're watering it every day, only in that case you can see a big growth in that. And after a long time, you can eat fruits from that particular tree. Similarly, it goes with language learning. So here, patience plays a pivotal role. So when it comes to talk about trees, you need to water it every day. Similarly, language learning requires practice. You need to practice language every day along with having a patience. So that's also I personally believe. And apart from that, I came across many learners because many people they think that they have to get results in a very quick manner. They just want everything quickly, which is not possible. So these are some sort of things that people keep in their mind, and that kind of mindset doesn't allow them to get results quickly. And rather than converting it into a motivation, it is gonna drop down their progress. Yes. So what do you think about it?
I totally agree with all the points that you have mentioned, and great point, Vikram. That's bring me into the another, I would say, key idea. That is also learning with curiosity, that is not in pressure. Many learners think of English, I would say, as a subject with exams, like rules and deadlines. But I wanted to mention that learning a language always is more likely exploring a new word, not just learning it. It's overall an exciting journey, right? So instead of saying that I have to learn English, you have to say that I get to learn English. That's my fortunate that I'm going to learn English, right? So you can, like, while watching the English movies, reading short stories, or even you can try English songs or jokes, anything that makes your journey fun and enjoyable. I would only like to say that pressure kills the motivation, and you don't have to kill that motivation. But curiosity keeps you keep like engaged and working. I have to say that asking questions to anyone, you can ask questions like, what do native speakers, why do native speakers especially say this word? And what's the difference between the two similar words? Two similar words, basically, we called it as homophones. Like you can use it, and you have to keep in mind that how we can use these words in the real life conversation. Okay, so when you are curious, learning becomes a habit, not a chaos. So you have to make sure it in mind that you keep on learning and significantly improving your growth. And as said by us, that learning a new language, especially English, doesn't comes overnight. You have to be patient, and you have to keep learning. Like we have to keep practicing to get a fruit-like reward. Okay. Anything else you wanted to mention over here, Vikram?
Absolutely. That's really a great point that you have included about curiosity. When you're not trying to make your learning process enjoyable, you're not gonna feel something inquisitive in that. So it's very
Right.
important to make it enjoyable and learn through fun by including different kind of activities, something that makes you happy. If somebody is saying, okay, go and start reading newspaper, even if you're not interested, so definitely the learning process is going to be chaotic. So what you need to do, something that makes you happy, whether it's listening to music, reading articles, whatever it is, because your main purpose is to consume the content in this language. So accordingly, you can go with that. Apart from that, one more thing that I just want to incorporate here, that is, do not compare yourself with others. Some people they
Right.
say that I have learned this language within 3 months. So you need to understand what kind of things that they were doing. And everybody has a different process of learning. Everybody learns on their own pace, right? And
Right. Right.
if you're a beginner and you're thinking that in just 1 month I'm going to learn this language, it's not possible at all, because it depends upon your current level. What's your current level? Whether you are having B1 level, B2 level, C1 level. Suppose if you are having A1 level and directly you're thinking to jump to the C2 level, which is not possible. If you are having A1 level, so next level is going to be A2. So it will take time. So that's how you need to understand the things and do not compare yourself with other people, because everybody has different process of learning. Yes. So that's what I just wanted to add. So if you have something more that you just want to add here, you can.
I just wanted to say that Vikram, like it's a great point you have mentioned that people start comparing themselves with the others so early. Like learning a new language, they start. Actually, I have also seen in my like classes whenever I'm giving the sessions, many learners across me ask the same question. Sir, he or she has started like after me, and now she or he is more fluent than me. What's the scenario? What's the case over here? I'm also doing the same practice, he is also doing the same practice. What's the difference in both of us? So I actually wanted to remind them, as you have said, everyone has their own learning process, everyone has their own learning pace, and the level is also kind of different for everybody. Like he or she knows something from the past, or maybe not knowing, but he or she does more practice than the other person. So definitely that will count as a difference between the two learning processes. But you do not have to like see to others. You have to keep mark up to yourself, like whatever you can do, what are your capabilities. So if I would say, if you are learner and you are doing mistakes, that's okay, that's really okay. And we as a tutor also sometimes commit some mistakes, and that's a natural process because we are human beings. So I would only say that the real success in is not in speaking, but in speaking regularly and confidently. Okay, I have to say this, and I also have to mention one more thing. So, whenever you like compare yourself with the others, instead of comparing yourself to the others, start comparing yourself with the past of yourself. Let's say, ask yourself a very good question. I have like listened it in a podcast by some great speaker. So he tell that listen to your past, like ask yourself a question, a very good question, that are you better than you were at last month or 2 months ago? If the answer is yes, then yes, my dear learners, you are really progressing. Okay, so these are the things I have to only mention and add to it points. And one more thing I have to add, like I will give or add one more thing for the motivation part. uh, I would say that even the native speakers, okay, commit the mistakes. As I have said, they forgot many words, like many words they used in their daily life, but while having a conversation they cannot recall that words. So it's a common mistake. They say okay, in between, and use the incorrect grammar words in between. So that's a natural process. And but one thing, it's very important over here, yet they keep speaking confidently and like engaging you to their like speaking for their speaking skills. Okay, so if you are a learner and you make mistakes, I would say that's totally fine. That's not a failure at any cost. That's a part of the learning process. Keep enjoying that process. The real success is not in speaking, as by said by me, it's in regularly speaking. Even 10 minutes if you are giving of speaking English daily, that builds your fluency over the time, I would say. Now, my last, like my message to the learners for the today's session is that don't chase for the perfection. You have to chase the progress. Stay consistent, and the fluency will follow you.
Absolutely. That's a really great point because most of the people they just run behind perfection rather than paying attention to progress that they are making. So this is very important. Apart from that, your consistency more
Right.
important than your speed. You do not need to worry about your speed. If you are making a little improvement, that's a big thing. So you are making a big difference here. And this is really an immaculate thing, I would say, if you are just trying to do that kind of thing. And definitely, when you have the patience, so it means the real meaning of the patience, I believe that you believe in the process of your learning. Yes. And if you don't have the patience, it means the process that you are trying, you don't believe in it. So it's very
Right.
important, whatever the thing, the tips, tricks, the method, or any kind of strategy that you're trying, just believe in it. Do not think that I'm going to get it in just few days, which is not possible. Apart from that, if you have the patience, so you'll be able to turn your efforts into fluency and just be kind to yourself, keep practicing and keep working hard, and whatever the process that you are utilizing, just believe in it. That's what I just wanted to tell. And now I just want to give a quick recap of today's learning that we both have included. So first thing, having the patience, that's what our topic was. And secondly, do not run behind perfection. Just try to understand what kind of progress that you're making. So focus on progress, not perfection. And next thing, what else you can do? You can also celebrate your small winnings. Yes, as much as you can, just try to enjoy the process and something that is making you curious. So try to create the curiosity while learning. Apart from that, do not care about the mistakes. Everybody make mistake. This is quite common point. Then the last thing, what you're gonna do, your patience and your practice, this is going to convert it into your fluency. So that's what I just wanted to tell, and I hope these tips are going to help you. Yes, so do you want to add something as a motivation in the end for the learners?
Yeah, I just only wanted to say that learning English isn't a race, it's a journey, and the overall process is quite rewarding after all. So make sure you learn this language and practice it a lot and lot, and take it as not as a burden. Take it as a new initiative to yourself. That learning is also a type of a journey. So I just only wanted to say that thank you for being a part of this session, and we too hope that you enjoyed today's session, and we help you gain more confident and more patient with yourself. So thank you so much, learners.
Sure. I hope this little information is going to help out all the learners and keep learning and keep enjoying the process. Thank you, everybody.